I am John Leech, proud father of Caroline and grandfather of Paris, whose brief life we are here to celebrate today. What should I say to those here who were more fortunate than I and able to see him day by day, rather than, at best, a few moments on twice-yearly visits to America? Yet neither is a measure of bonds or affection, and the gap he leaves is just as cruel. It had, however, the advantage that our relationship developed not through domestic tedium as in Victorian novels, but through a series of well-remembered milestones. There was our visit to Jersey City after a frugal Continental Airlines had introduced me to Mrs. T's Bloody Mary mix, drunk without alcohol, and I had decided that it would make a very good gazpacho. When the 4.5-year-old passed his judgment, "This is excellent," we knew he was destined to continue the family's literary tradition. On the occasional collections from primary school and then Browning, the adolescent began to demonstrate his good taste by spurning the trivia and stopping to gaze at more artistically displayed wares. More importantly, philosophical discussions developed as we rested on public park benches to probe each other's minds. Graduation at Bard was an introduction to the true American collegiate system. The richly displayed wealth of the parents was beginning to be matched by the achievements of their progeny. Someone had clearly been hard at work to call forth their abilities. Paris demonstrated his by introducing us to Bard's venerable president, Leon Botstein, and laying the groundwork for an association with our keyboard trust. In common with all of us, the president had assessed in him an intelligence well above the norm, accompanied by evidence of an active inner life. Rare moments of conversation quickly became ping-pong matches, as I was forced to heighten the pace and follow the kaleidoscopic succession of ideas. One felt it was not just flexing of intellectual muscle, but the growth of a solid substance. That makes the abrupt ending all the more tragic. Had he but known, rather than very possibly suspected, he would have found himself one more time in sympathy with the prescient words of one of his heroes, Leonardo da Vinci. All the time I thought I was beginning to live, I have been learning how to die. There is no direct evidence, but I suspect his lively appreciation of the arts was influenced by the inchoate, the awe inspired by beauty and the unspoken tragedies within it. His master's thesis also bore that imprint. It ended with the binary relationship of possible-impossible, which, whilst beginning to resolve itself in historical terms, he saw as fatally limited by the complexities impeding our ability to act and take advantage of the results already achieved. Given time, he would have been able to overcome this impasse with the recognition that, however improbable, mankind's progress had, at critical moments, been promoted by its willingness to subject itself to laws and restraints of its own making. But in our sombre mood today, we should not assume that all his life was beset with torment and uncertainty. On the contrary, there is overwhelming evidence of wit and gaiety, which shine also through some of his writings. I have an hilariously earnest piece of spoof literary criticism of the prep school novel as a genre, and memories of Halloween and pranks galore. He had the gift of communication, both literary and oral, especially when free of social inhibitions. He loved to chat with down and outs, and I suspect, like St. Francis preaching to the birds, to try out his ideas for an accessible philosophy. And then his smile. George Eliot said, "They are never dead until we have forgotten them." That alone, brave and beloved young Paris, will ensure that you remain with us for the rest of our days. Thank you.